Hello and welcome back to the next video in our Fusion Lesson 5 series. In our last video we talked about how to use the circular pattern tool to make these 6 threaded holes around the face of this part, and in this video we're going to jump into the next part of the Titan 3M drawing. What the heck is going on here in this view? Alright, so let me back out and show you. We are on, I believe, the last page. Sheet 3 of 3, looking at the Titans of CNC 3M. Alright, and I want to start out with this view right here. I feel like this could be a little bit intimidating. There's a lot going on. So let me zoom us in. And first, let's just look at what's new information, what's old information, what are they telling me on here. So I've got 3 different diameters listed here. Alright, this first one is the 1.125 diameter, so that looks like it is this very inside, right, what's going to end up being the pocket in my part. If I scroll over, you can see we have this pocketed part out here, and then we have this little wall here, and then we have this other channel out here. Alright, so this could be like an oil filter or something. This is going to bolt on. There's probably going to be some kind of rubber O-ring or gasket that goes in here to prevent something from spilling out. This will bolt on to something else and will make a fluid tight seal. Right? That's why we have these little grooves right here. Okay, so let's first go back over here, and I'm just going to draw a couple of circles. It looks like 1, 2, 3 circles with 3 different diameters. Okay, so we can start with that. I'm going to move this over to the other screen, and let's do new sketch. And I'm going to choose this top face with all the holes in it. All right, and I'm just going to do circles. So I'm going to start center of my circle on my origin again. Okay, there's 1. There's, wait a minute, did I get that on? I think I did. 2, there's 3, something, they look like I missed 1 somewhere. Oh, let me see something. I think that one. Yeah, I missed that, so let me see if it'll snap there. That one. Okay, so I'm no longer, click out here, deselect everything. Can't move those around. What's that little point right there? Oh, that's my concentric constraint. Okay, so they've constrained themselves, and that's, let me just do this, show constraints. If I uncheck that, a little symbol will go away. I don't need to see it right now. Alright, so here's my 1, 2, 3 circles, and the biggest one was 1.125 inches, so I'm going to say D to dimension, that's that one, 1.125, 1 1/8 inches. The next one is 1.180 inches. They're pretty close together. Alright, and then, oh, no, I lied. The biggest one was the 1.32. I misread that. That's okay. We're going to make something funny happen when I click on this and say 1.32. It'll now jump to the outside and be the biggest circle. Okay, there we are. Okay, so there's my 3 circles. Alright, let's figure out what the heck we're going to do with them. Bring my drawing back. So this line right here, this is a section line, and it says we are going to imagine that we split the part in half right here. Well, I shouldn't say half because it doesn't have to be in the middle, but imagine that you split the part right where this dashed line is, and we are going to then flip it up so we can look inside at this side where the arrows are pointing. We're looking at this area up here, and they give us that in this drawing right here. All right, so that's like we just cut away part of it. So these lines, all this shaded area is material, right? If this is, let's imagine we're making this part out of aluminum. All of this shaded area represents aluminum. Okay, so now my drawing, I can see, okay, I go from 0 to 3/4 deep. All right, and all right, so that's good. And my inner pocket is supposed to be a 1/2 inch deep. And this little groove is supposed to extrude 0.063 inches deep, and it's supposed to be 70 thousandths of an inch wide. Okay, so let's try something. Let's go back over here to Fusion and move my sketch palette. I'm going to bring this dimension over here so I don't lose it. All right, and so the groove, drawing 70 thousandths of an inch wide. Okay, so I'm going to go look in here, and gosh, I gotta put that up on the other screen because what I keep forgetting is that groove is outside of the pocket. Okay, so the pocket diameter is the 1 1/8. Okay, good. 70 thousandths of an inch wide. All right, so let's move this over here, and I'm gonna try to dimension. I'm deliberately gonna get an error here from this line to that line, and I'm going to say, as you can see, it comes up as 0.07 already, right? And I get the over-constrained sketch error. Okay, so you guys might see this sometimes. Anytime you see this error, the computer is telling you you are giving it information that it already has. All right, so what you want to do is press cancel, and I don't need to put that 70 thousandths dimension there, right? Because I dimensioned this one and I dimensioned this one. All right, they each have a diameter, and if I took this diameter minus that diameter, all right, in fact, let's see if I can get a little calculator tool here. Calculator, bring it over. Okay, so my outer diameter was 1.32. 1.32. We're going to subtract the inner diameter, 1.18. What do I get? 0.14. Interesting. But don't I want 0.07? All right, so that 0.07 distance they gave me in the drawing is, all right, so let's bring this over where you guys can see it. All right, there's 0.07 there, and there's 0.07 on that side, because remember, we're talking about diameter. All right, so the same thing's happening on both sides of the circle. So 0.07, I bet if I took this number and I said divided by 2, I would get my 0.07 distance. Okay, so if you try to use that 0.07, all right, this is actually a redundancy in the drawing. All right, we don't necessarily need that dimension because we have these diameters up here. Okay, that's what I wanted to point out for you guys with that. If you see that over-constrained geometry error, just press cancel. Okay, basically once this little thing turns to lock, you're done adding dimensions. You might just need to edit some of your dimensions. Okay, so there's our sketch. We have our 3 circles. We're going to hit finish sketch, and we have 3 circles drawn on the face. Let's go back and look at the drawing one more time. And so we're going to make that outer ring to a depth of 63 thousandths. Put that over there. I use my extrude tool. All right, and I'll say negative 0.063, 63 thousandths down. Bang, just like so. All right. Now, I'm supposed to go ½ inch down here. Do I have 2 lines? I feel like we're missing something. Let's see what happens. Extrude, when I click on that and I say negative 0.5 there, I don't have a little lip sticking up in between, which means I've made a mistake. I gotta go back and find it. So I'm gonna put you on pause. Okay, we're back, and I found my mistake. All right, so what I need to do is go down here to my timeline where I just made that pocket extrusion, open that back up. Then I'm going to come up here to my sketches and turn on visibility for sketch 3 and zoom in. And you'll see that I have this inner area selected as well as this thin area right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click that to deselect and then say OK. And that did not fix my problem. Why not? Bring it back up. Okay, profile selected. I want just that one. Cut. And I want negative 0.5. There! Okay. Interesting. Alright, that should have worked the first time. I'm not sure what I missed, but I got there in the end. You want to make sure when you do this extrude that we select this space here and then this space for the pocket, and we don't select the space between these two circles, right? Because we want to leave that lip sticking up like that. Okay. Just a fun thing for you guys in Fusion 360, we can go to Inspect. I think it's in Inspect, and we can say Section Analysis. And it's going to ask us to choose a plane, so I'm just going to pick, see if I can, yeah, that plane right there. Boom. And now you can see it splits my part just like the view. So I can go in here and look, and I can measure, okay, is that, let's measure this line right here if it'll let me. It doesn't, oh, come on. Anyway, I'm not going to spend too much time on that. This is just kind of for fun. You guys can look and see the different aspects of your part and see inside of it just like they show in the drawing. It looks like it's generally right. Alright, section analysis, go away. Alright, give me my... Boy, okay, so it's been a minute since I've played around with section analysis and I forgot how to get rid of it. You have to go up here to the browser and find the analysis folder, and then it says section 1. I can turn that off and get my section out of there. Hit cancel. I don't know what that's editing. All right, I can turn it back on if I want to see it again. If I double click it, and I can edit it. And you can play around with this arrow so we can actually push it back farther so we can see the screw thread. We can change the angle that we're cutting it at, right? So we can make it lean forward, slice a little piece off the bottom or off the top. Right, you can do all kinds of weird things with that. Okay, I'm just going to hit cancel. You guys can play with that. Section analysis. All right, and so the last thing we have to add is, it looks like when I go to my drawing, there's a little bit of a chamfer right there. You can see on that corner and on that outer corner. And so we're going to go zoom back out on my drawing, and probably it's going to tell us notes, break edges 10 thousandths unless otherwise specified. Alright, so I don't see any chamfer or fillet call out on the drawing, so we're going to go at 10 thousandths. What does that mean? Flip this over, go ahead and turn off that sketch, and get my chamfer tool, and I'm going to say just this edge and that edge, and 0.01. A little chamfer on, and now see I got a nice 10 thousandths chamfer there and there. I got the appropriate chamfer on my holes. I can go ahead and hit save, and I believe my part is finished. So you guys can go put that groove and that pocket into your parts. All right. Where is the stop record button? Man, all kinds of technical troubles today. Oh, here it is. Okay, I will see you next time.